So another quarterback who's been making waves, Dave. I almost rhymed. With his contract, of course, is one Daniel Jones. What do we think of this? Daniel Jones signs a 4-year, $160 million extension. $40
Don't
million.
Forget the 35 million in incentives on top of that.
Yeah. So the base is $40 million a year, $35 million in incentives, making him much more highly paid than Patrick Mahomes. So
yes,
right. So when I think about this, when we spoke about this before, and there was rumors going around, we saw some of the rumors that Daniel Jones could be commanding a 40+ million per year salary, and I thought, there's no way. There's just no way this is going to happen. Now, we saw some of the contracts have been thrown around the last couple of years. In particular, obviously, the Deshaun Watson one over in Cleveland. We look at Kirk Cousins every year, seemingly getting more fully guaranteed money. He's loving this, by the way. Kirk Cousins is going, hello, I'll have some of this. So the thing is, Dave, that what does this now do to the market? I was originally going to say, what does this do for Lamar Jackson? Because we know he's got his contract issues going on. They've got the non-exclusive franchise tag. But every other quarterback, everyone, when it comes to negotiating a fee, will look at this and say, you think I'm worse than Daniel Jones? Daniel, if you're listening, Daniel, you are worse than them. But I mean, with all seriousness, this is going to do more to the quarterback market than any contract that I can think of in a long time. Because when Mahomes signed his 10-year, $500 million contract, we said at the time, yes, that's a lot of money, but 2 or 3 years from now, that's going to look very team friendly. It took 1 year, and already it's looking very, very team friendly. So I want to get your opinion on the Daniel Jones saga. What do you reckon?
I'm going to break down his contract for you because I've got it in front of me. And it's going to hurt me on the inside reading this out alone. So his 2023 base salary is $9.5 million. Okay? But that comes with a $19 million cap hit for the Giants. 2024, his base salary is $35.5 million with a $45.5 million cap hit. Now it just goes up. They just keep going up. In 2026, his base salary is $46 million with a $56.5 million cap hit. What?
That's ridiculous.
The other thing, I really want to highlight this. Now, Daniel Jones's record since he's been at the Giants, it's maybe not all his fault, but we'll go off on his record. 21 wins, 32 losses, 1 tie. He's 25 years old. He's had 60 pass touchdowns, which averages, I think it's just over 1 a game. And he's had 12 rushing touchdowns, which averages about 1 in every 5 games. We've just mentioned Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is 1 year older than Daniel Jones. He has a 45-16 record in the league. He's already notched up an MVP. Mm-hmm. He's had 101 passing touchdowns. That's averaging just under 2 a game. And he's got 24 rushing touchdowns. And Daniel Jones is worth that. Lamar should be getting 70, 80. Yeah, 70,
well, see, this is what I'm saying. What this has done to the market for all quarterbacks is just owners around the league will be going, what? What are you paying this man? And then
I did hear one little thing as well, though, that the Jaguars owner, what's his Khan?
Shad Khan? No.
Shaq Khan or
not Shaka Khan.
No, not Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Shad Khan.
It's Shad Khan.
I think it's Shad Khan.
Shad can. Okay,
I'm sure
well,
we'll
the
be
Jaguars will
corrected by Patrick. He'll listen and say, "Hey, get it right."
Patrick will definitely,
He'll
yes,
correct us
he
in
will
this one,
definitely completely slag us off for that one. But yeah, so what I heard that he is selling his $200 million super yacht. Now I know where that money is now going because he's preparing for negotiations with Trevor Lawrence. That's exactly where that money's going. But that's astronomical money for Daniel Jones. He had one decent, borderline good season for him by his standards. Good season. This is next level horrific. So
If you think I'm sorry to interrupt you. If you think
okay.
of all the quarterbacks in the NFC East, right? Mm-hmm. 4 of them. And you'd start a brand new franchise and you'd give it all 4 quarterbacks. The one you're cutting is Daniel Jones. If you get told you have to keep 3 of the 4, you're getting rid of Daniel Jones.
Well, I mean, technically, you could still make the argument that Carson Wentz was a starter for the Commanders. So
I'd take Wentz over Jones. I'd definitely take Heineke. That's not even
Heineke
a question.
for the hype. Heineke for the hype.
He's just a better player. Heineke's a better quarterback than Daniel Jones is. And you're the one that you mentioned the statistics there. You didn't mention the fumbles.
Okay, well, yeah,
and the interceptions.
That was being kind. Yeah,
he's been a turnover machine, and it's not like a couple of years ago when Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions, or whatever it was. But he also threw 35 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones. It's not like for every turnover he's throwing a touchdown. He's not. He's turning the ball over more than he's scoring. That's a problem. It balances out negative. That's a problem. You don't want that from the most important position on your team.
I mean, it is he's thrown 34 interceptions in the NFL. So,
and how many times has he fumbled?
I have the stats here. He has fumbled it a grand total of 42 times.
42 fumbles. So he's sorry, how many interceptions?
I just had it was at 34.
So 76 turnovers.
Yeah.
So he's turned it over more times than he scored. That's
in 4 seasons. That's
76 turnovers in 4 years. That's terrible.
He averages over a turnover a game because he's only played 54 games.
There you go.